I think there's a real frustration that there's a civil rights community and there's a legal aid community, two different communities. And that just is something we don't have time for. We are all helping the same people, but we're just doing it in different ways. And if we really put our resources together, we really have an opportunity actually to expedite the chance for progress and actually make it stick. There's sort of multiple components. One is actually improving outcomes for persons of color, and also then building a framework, a network for systems change across the country so that this work is really happening effectively, and happening often.
11 different states working in teams from very different kinds of communities, tackling really hard and really important issues.
I saw it as an opportunity to expand my own knowledge base and to think more critically about how to infuse race in the work that I do.
It's been great. The faculty here is just stellar and have been so generous with their time. And the cohort members as well are very creative and interesting. I'm learning a lot.
I hadn't really seen an online training program that's been as sophisticated as this one has. And by sophisticated, I mean the opportunities for interaction.
Understanding the personal underpinnings, the social underpinnings, and the historical underpinnings are really essential to understand why our system looks the way it does in 2014. And we need to understand that in order to figure out what we can do differently. How do we dismantle some of these systems that are driving inequity?
You know, one of the largest providers of civil legal services in the country. Like all legal services organizations, we are under-resourced and overworked, and we need to be directing our work at the populations that most desperately need our services.
Trying to bring the anti-poverty work together with the civil rights work is what this is all about.
Thank you, all of you, for being here tonight. You are activating a dream that has too long been deferred. We are engaged in a long, long war perpetrated by those who think that we could never be organized.
Well, thank you to the Shriver Center for inviting me to this commencement of this institute, which is truly a much needed and I think innovative initiative that will help to ensure that we, the progressive side of things, have the right approach going forward as we work to take them out, to take them down, to defeat those who are interested in further bolstering the long-standing structures of power and governance and wealth in ways that perpetuate some of what have been the major problems that have plagued the country.
We can't understand class in this country, we can't understand poverty in this country without understanding race. We simply can't. And so it's not reducing race to poverty, it's understanding poverty through race. We have to actually lower the temperature and actually invite things into the conversation.
When you're doing anti-poverty work, race is there. All of your clients are black. All of your clients are Latino. You see that, and it's, for years it's just not really spoken. And for me, it's going to be a few years down. I want to be able to just confront the issue of race, to name the issue of race, and to push through the discomfort that when you name race in anything it seems to bring.
Can you imagine a different society? And that's actually a much more interesting project. And then how do we actually develop structures and systems to support that?
That's what we're coming to the Institute to try to create, a vision for what a legal services program should be doing on racial issues in Chicago, and think through how we might begin to effectuate whatever vision we arrive at.
There's also been some wonderful success stories that you hear about in other places, and it really inspires you that maybe that can happen on your turf and in your home. So that's really encouraging.
This team was structured completely by Shriver. No one else suggested this was possible.
It feels like the human resources are boundless. It's given me language, it's given me tools, and I think it's also given me a support network, a group of people that maybe I can call upon to say, hey, I'm having this challenge, can you help me?
So I feel like we've really built a very cohesive group of people. Like all legal services organizations, we're very focused on the work and not so much on the dialogue. This gave us an opportunity to talk.
There's a level of affinity. I don't feel like I'm in this alone.
It's very exciting.